What's going on, my friends? Welcome to episode 29 of the Gay Game On Podcast, bringing you the hottest takes, latest stories, and spicy picks surrounding New York, New Jersey, Philadelphia, national, and international sports. Hosted by yours truly, Adam Grassani, joined this time around by Michael Cunningham, Alex Reich, and Marcellus Murdock. You can listen to the podcast right now on SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and YouTube. Also be sure to follow us on Twitter at GetYourGameOnP. And with all that said, it's time to get your game on. Yo, yo.
What's up?
What it do, bitch?
How's my favorite group of boys doing?
Good. I just had a birthday for viewers.
Oh, that's right. From the entire Get the Game On podcast wants to wish our very own Michael Cunningham a very happy birthday. He celebrated his birthday. It was Wednesday, right? July 7th?
Wednesday.
All right. So, yeah.
I can't tell you what I did on the air. We can't talk about
that. Trust me. That type of stuff, we do not talk about that stuff on the podcast. Okay.
But if you must know,
we do not discuss specifics of that stuff on the air.
Let's just say,
you didn't have to be that blatant with it, Michael. But I hope you enjoyed your birthday.
I love my birthday with my family, friends. You know, to get your game on crew. We support you guys.
All right, Alex, go ahead.
Happy birthday.
My
Good
birthday
boy.
was yesterday. Good muchacho.
All right, and also we have some good news. For the past couple of episodes, it's been like just me, Michael, and Alex, but we finally got another member of the crew back today, Marcellus Murdock. Welcome back.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Happy to be back.
Yeah, I mean,
Marcellus was on a fucking absence. It's called you gotta fuck your woman before you do the show. So,
okay.
So Blaze, Adam, what's on the criteria, baby?
All right, so you know what's on the criteria? The NBA Finals. And guess what? The Phoenix Suns are up 2-0.
Mm-hmm.
Game 2 just wrapped up. Well, by the time we listen to this podcast, it will have been yesterday. I forget the final score of Game 2. I mean, Phoenix won both games. I'd say fairly easy. I mean, Milwaukee made it interesting, like in the second half of Game 2, but still, like it was still pretty much all Phoenix out both games. And honestly, guys, like I'm not gonna say this series is over. Let me make that right clear right now. I'm not gonna sit here and say like that like there's no chance Milwaukee can come back because we all know how talented of a team Milwaukee is like when they're right. But honestly, guys, Milwaukee is just like not right now. I mean, Giannis had an unbelievable game too. Like, how many points did he have? Like what? 36?
30. 36 points.
Yeah, he had 36 points. I mean, but still, I mean, just a point cast around him, has lived up to his potential. I mean, Chris Middleton, hasn't played as well as he could. Drew Holiday hasn't played like.
Drew Holiday played good on the defensive end.
I mean, on the defensive end, yeah, but offensively, like, you expect like both those guys, Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday, to be better. I mean, I'm sorry, Chris Middleton, 5 for 16 with 11 points just isn't gonna cut it. Drew Holiday, 7 for 21 with 17 points, just isn't gonna cut it. I mean,
you're right, Adam. I say Middleton at least should have 25 points a game easy.
Yeah, Middleton should be averaging at least should have it. Both Middleton and Drew Holiday need to give at least 20 points a game on efficient shooting, and they haven't done that. And you gotta give credit to Phoenix, like because here's the thing: Phoenix knows that Giannis is like a freak of nature. He's an absolute physical force. So obviously, like they're obviously, like they're gonna let him get his, but they're not letting anyone else like on the Bucks beat them. They're not letting Middleton beat them. They're not letting Holiday beat them. They're not letting Tucker or Brook Lopez beat them. They are, and that's ultimately and that's also a big reason why they're up 2-0 in the series.
Honestly, yo, Chris Paul, I'm gonna say it's on record, boys. Chris Paul is one of the best, is in the top 3 best point guards in the league right now. I don't give a damn.
I don't know about top 3, but he's definitely up there.
Adam, he's the top 3. Name. I know there's 2 point guards that are better than him. Curry.
I can name 3.
Go ahead.
Curry, Damian Lillard, and Kyrie Irving.
Hell no, not even close. Nope.
Kyrie Irving, I would take Kyrie Irving over Chris Paul. Right now, I would take him over Chris
overall game. Chris Paul plays defense, rebounds, passes, shoots. Kyrie, and I love Kyrie, is a one-way player. One way. Adam, and you're going to be biased as hell because you're a Net fan. That's why you said it.
How is that not bias?
Adam,
Kyrie Irving on any given night is capable of dropping 30 and 40. As much as I love Chris Paul, he's not the type of player that's gonna score you 30, at least not on a consistent basis.
Adam, if you can give me 10 assists and a double every game, shit, I'll take it.
I'm not trying to select Chris Paul. I think I would put him fourth. But I would take Curry over him. I would take Damian Lillard over him, and I would take Kyrie Irving over him.
Adam,
I don't think that's crazy.
Thanks, Alex. Only reason why Adam's saying that Kyrie's better because he's a Net fan and Kyrie plays for the Nets. That's why he really.
Be careful what you say here, Alex. Go ahead.
Alex, don't be afraid.
I definitely say that Kyrie is in the top 3.
Thank you, Alex.
Cuzzo, what do you think, Cuzzo?
Go ahead, Marcellus.
I agree too. I agree with that.
Agree with what?
Kyrie Irving.
Then it's hard on your whole family.
Hey, Michael, take that.
Nah, I agree.
I feel betrayed. I feel betrayed by blood.
Chris Paul is good, but Kyrie Irving is
blood.
Good.
And I'm not trying to disrespect Chris Paul at all. The way he's performed,
Alex, you're one of my best friends.
I honestly think that Chris Paul should have gotten more MVP consideration. I'm saying that right now. I think Chris Paul should have gotten more MVP consideration. I said this last episode.
No, I feel betrayed.
With what he's done to a Phoenix Suns that finished in 10th place in the West last year. And they add Chris Paul, and look what he's done to that team. Like, the guy should have gotten more MVP consideration. I said that, but as an overall point guard, or at least at this point in his career,
I don't say Kyrie.
I would take Kyrie Irving over him, and I don't think that's crazy.
Sorry, he's not a real. He's more of a 2 guard than a point guard.
All right, then James Harden.
Then
Who would you take, James Harden or Chris Paul?
Here's the thing. I'll still take Chris Paul. James Harden.
You would take Chris Paul over James Harden?
Yeah, here's the thing. I'm talking about overall team dynamic. Can I explain? Because basketball is teamwork. I don't care if you get mad at that. I don't give a fuck if you get mad at that. I'm saying my opinion, bitch.
Who's the better passer at this point in his career, James Harden
Chris Paul? Thank you, Chris Paul. What basketball you been watching? What game have you been fucking
James Harden's one of the best passers in the league.
So is Chris Paul. Who has more assists?
I believe James Harden averaged more assists this year than Chris Paul.
No, Chris Paul had more.
I'm going to look that up right now. I'm going to make you look dumb, all right?
Yo, Adam, suck my dick 12 inches hard, bitch.
Michael, you didn't need to go there, my friend.
Hey, I'm an asshole. I can admit that.
At least you're honest. James Harden averaged 10.9 assists this season. Now let's take a look at Chris Paul. Chris Paul averaged 8.9. James Harden averaged 2 whole assists better than Chris Paul. So, Michael, suck on that, my friend.
But here's the thing, my friend.
And I'm not trying. Let me repeat. I'm going to say this for about the millionth time here because I don't want Michael here to misconstrue my words. I am not trying to disrespect Chris Paul. I think like the guy I said before, he should have been in the MVP conversation this year with what he's done to a 10th place team, and they add Chris Paul and they go to the NBA Finals and right now are on their way to winning the NBA championship. Yeah.
So
I
Adam,
mean, the guy has just been unbelievable. But in terms of strictly a talent perspective, strictly talent, I would take Steph over him. I would take Harden over him. I would take Lillard over him. I would take Kyrie over him. I don't think saying that is crazy.
it sounds crazy.
Hell,
It sounds crazy.
Chris Paul is even the best guard on his team. Devin Booker is.
Devin Booker's not the point guard, you idiot.
Are we talking guards or are we talking point guards?
Point guard, you moron.
Okay. Then I would take Curry, Damian Lillard, and whoever one of Kyrie or James Harden, because either one of them.
Chris Paul's not the best player on his team.
I'm sorry, he's not. Devin Booker is the best player on the team. Overall.
I will agree to disagree. Let's move on to the topic.
No,
all right, let's move on. Let's continue talking. Let's continue talking basketball. Let's continue talking basketball. Let's continue talking basketball.
I'm saying this. I'm gonna say this on record, boys. Suns in 5.
I honestly think that's the way it's looking. I mean, if Milwaukee is gonna get back in this series, they need to take both games at home. They need to win both those games at this point.
I think Giannis is going to win one at home.
I think they will. I think they will win one of those games at home. But here's the thing: if they don't win both those games, then the Suns are going to end the series in 5 games.
Yeah, Chris Paul doesn't want to win it on the road. He wants to win it in front of Phoenix. That's just my prediction.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: Chris Paul is going to be the MVP of the finals if they win.
I don't know. I think the MVP could go to either Paul or Booker. I mean, it could go either way because both of those guys have been excellent. Alex, Marcellus, you want to chime in on your thoughts on of what we've seen like throughout these NBA finals so far?
I think Chris Paul's play. But it's good to see him play like this. I mean, he deserves a win for sure. So.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I like seeing it.
I mean, Chris Paul getting his first ring. I mean, again, Marcellus, I said earlier, part of me is rooting for the Bucks because I want to see Nets, the legend. I mean, he's not. I mean, maybe legend is being too strong there, but Nets. I mean, maybe Icon's too strong too, but the franchise all-time leading scorer Brook Lopez. I want to see Brook Lopez get a ring because for all the years stuff he's given to the Nets, like I do want to see Brook Lopez get his first ring, but I also really want to see Chris Paul get his first ring too. I mean, and the guy deserves it. I mean, the guy was. Let's look at his stats here from Game 1. 32 points, 9 assists, 12 of 19 shooting, 4 of 7 from 3. That is just. That's like prime Chris Paul right there. That is prime vintage Chris Paul.
I'm going to have a little talk about this because he's been smoking some ganja, saying the bullshit.
What bullshit have I been saying?
Nothing. I'm just going to let it go. I'm going to be like,
tell me, what bullshit have I been saying?
How are you going to say he's playing like prime Chris Paul? And when Chris Paul was in his prime, he was a top point guard of the league. Go ahead.
And he still is his top point guard.
He said, he was like the best point guard.
Yeah, in his prime, he was the best. It was the best point guard in the league, and he still is one of the best point guards in the NBA. So I don't understand
I put him as one of the top 5 greatest point guards to ever play the game of basketball. And there's been a bunch of great point guards. He's in the top 5, hands down. I'll say Magic Johnson is number 1.
Okay.
Isaiah Thomas.
Steph Curry.
John Stockton. You ever watch John Stockton? Doing point guard that hit the 3,000 assist record and had 3,000 steals? Look up John Stockton for all you young heads.
I'll give you John Stockton. All right. Those are 4. Let me see. You got Steph Curry. You got Stockton. You got.
I will not put Steph Curry and then Chris Paul. Enough said. There you go. That's the top 5 greatest point guards in the NBA.
Steve Nash?
Hell no. He got lucky because the rules changed.
Steve Nash won 2 MVPs.
Because the fucking NBA rules changed. Once the NBA became
I don't care. The guy still won 2 MVPs.
Because over Kobe? Come on. That's the only reason. Adam, I don't give a fuck. There's no way Steve Nash is a great point guard. Here's why. Reggie Miller said this. Reggie Miller, Blake Griffin, Grant Hill all said that Steve Nash was a great point guard, but I won't say he's one of the best point guards because he benefit from the rule change. Adam, I've been watching basketball before you started liking basketball.
He benefit from any rule change.
He benefit from the rule change. Any basketball fan knows that.
So what? What's your point?
Adam, you are 31 and 32 years old and you won an MVP in your 8th season.
Yeah, he won 2 MVPs.
And what happened? He couldn't produce.
Could produce when?
And when he played for the Suns, never went to the big time. Never went to the big puppy. When he was the MVP.
Yeah, look how long it took Chris Paul to get to the big club.
But here's the thing, Chris Paul always had a shitty team.
You're telling me the Clippers were a shitty team? You're telling me the Rockets were a shitty team? I'm really going to sit here with a straight face and tell me that the Chris Paul Clippers...
Harden will never go to the finals. Harden will never lead a team to the NBA Finals with his play. He won't. Adam, what happened this fucking...
Michael, you're making me Rook.
Dave, if I ask any person...
Are you saying that the Clippers, the Chris Paul Clippers, and the Rockets with Chris Paul were bad teams?
I just did it just to screw with you.
No, you can't back away from that now.
I just wanted to fuck with you. That's why you got mad. Ladies and gentlemen.
You've unlocked my rant voice.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry that Adam sounds like a 12-year-old boy just before puberty. We apologize. Some of our Adam does have a man voice when he has a rant. He's like he's a young Skip Bayless.
You just mentioned. Do not ever mention me in the same breath as that piece of shit ever again. If you ever do that again, Michael, I'm telling you, you're banned from the podcast.
You and Skip Bayless are pieces of shit.
Mike, Alex Marcellus, save us. Save us.
Adam, I love you, man. I
love you too.
Adam's gonna have a stroke. Hey, if Adam give a stroke, who's in charge of the podcast since you having a stroke?
I'm gonna give it to you. Yeah, only because I love you.
Hey, Alex, you just see Adam had a shark.
And then Alex, you become vice president.
Alex, look at his vein. Alex, look at his vein. It almost popped out. Hey, Adam, you don't think Chris Paul's a top 5 point guard?
You can't do it as well as me, Michael. You gotta do it like this.
Son of a bitch! You basically said Chris Paul ain't a top fucking 5 point guard.
He's not a top 5 point guard all time.
He is. But I'm just gonna let it go.
Steph Curry, Magic Johnson, Stockton.
Lord, Jesus, take the wheel. Jesus, take the wheel. Jesus.
Isaiah Thomas, Steve Nash,
Steve Nash is not better than
There's
Chris
one more.
Paul.
There's one more. Jason Kidd.
Hell no. I love Jason Kidd. He's not a top 5 point guard. Wrong.
He's not top 5, but I would take over Chris Paul, at least in his prime.
Chris Paul will watch Jason Kidd. Did he not watch the 2008 playoffs? They were both in the prime.
I might have to rethink that.
Yeah, you should rethink that. You smoking some good weed. I was about to say, ladies and gentlemen, we do not promote drugs on the Get Your Game On podcast. I'm sorry that Adam was smoking some good weed before the show. So that's why he's acting stupid. So at the Get Your Game On podcast, we don't do drugs or any type of marijuana on the show. So viewers, we apologize for Adam's stupidity. Thank you.
All right. Let's give it to Alex and Marcellus here. Alex, give me your top 5 point guards of all time.
I would have to agree with Adam.
Alex, go fuck yourself. You're being petty.
Marcellus?
Definitely Magic Johnson. Put Steve Nash in there. Gotta put Al Iverson in there. There's a lot of top point guards in the league. Probably got to put Jason Kidd in there too. And Steph.
Adam, I love you, but you're a piece of shit.
All right.
All right, guys. Let's talk about how the Suns match. Think about it, boys.
Yeah, let's get back to what this discussion was supposed to be about before Michael had to change it all of a sudden there. Thank you very much, Michael.
Adam, we always at the Get Your Game On podcast, baby. You don't know what you're gonna expect because we flip some of the bitches upside down.
Okay.
This son of a bitch going down.
Okay. Let's see here. This series, like I think I said it before. If Bucks don't win games, if the Bucks don't take both games 3 and 4, then this series is over. I think the series is over in 5 games. I'm not gonna say the Bucks are gonna get swept because I do think Milwaukee will win at least one of the games at home, but they need to take both games in order to have a chance of getting back in this series. Because if they go to back to Phoenix down 3-1, then it's pretty much a wrap at that point. Because I'm not gonna make the same mistake like that people did like in 2019, the Bucks were up 2-0 and then everyone thought the series was over, and look what happened, the Raptors came back. So I still think Milwaukee's talented enough to get back in this series, but they gotta win both games at home. In order to win both games at home, Chris Middleton and Joel, they have to step up big time because those guys are too good to be performing to be underperforming the way they've performed. Alex, Marcellus, you want to give us your thoughts on this series so far?
Let me just mention this. Who are the 4 only players under the age of 25 with 35-5 in the finals game?
Who are the 4 players? I mean, I guess Devin Booker is one of them.
Nope. Actually, yeah.
Or let's say
3
who
more.
else?
3 more.
Steph Curry?
Nope.
I'm not gonna be able to guess this. I'm probably not gonna be able to guess this.
The last 3 are Kobe Bryant, Russell Westbrook, and Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, so Devin Booker is make himself to some historic categories there, and again, the guy has been unbelievable. I think if Phoenix is going to win this series, either him or Chris Paul should be the MVP. I think it's really close between both of them. I mean, both of them have been really, really outstanding. But again, for Milwaukee to get back in this series, I mean, Chris Middleton, he had an excellent game 1. He was 12 for 26, 29 points. He was excellent in game 1, but Jrue Holiday has been good in both these games. He had 10 points in game 1. I believe he had 11 in game 2. Jrue Holiday definitely needs to step up. I mean, And Giannis had a rough game one, but that was understandable because he was hurt. I think this game shows that Giannis is back to 100%. If Giannis is 100%, then the rest of the Bucks players step up, and Drew Holiday steps up, and Chris Middleton steps up, the Bucks have a chance to get back in this series. So I'm not gonna say the series is over yet, because the Bucks can get back in this series, but again, they need to win. They need to win both games 3 and 4. Marcellus, go ahead.
Well, I like where it's going so far. I like what we're seeing from the Suns. They're a really great team and a very hard team to beat. Looks like Milwaukee's in trouble. I mean, they've been down 2-0 before, though, so we'll see. But I think we might see Suns in 6 or 7, definitely.
Yeah, I definitely think that Suns are definitely the favorite in this series. But again, would I be absolutely shocked if the Bucks came back and won the series? I wouldn't necessarily be shocked because they do have the talent to be able to do it. But I wouldn't be shocked. But at this point, it's leaning towards us. I picked the Suns to win the series. I picked them to win in 7 games, and it looks like they may have a chance to win it in fewer games. So that's all we're gonna say about the NBA Finals for now. I mean, Game 3 is what, Saturday or Sunday?
Sunday, bitch.
All right, so we're definitely gonna recap Game 3. We're definitely gonna recap Game 3, and either we'll be saying this series is pretty much over, or we'll be saying how the Bucks have a fighting chance, depending on how that game goes. So before we get to Mike's hot take, though, I do wanna guess what, Michael and Marcellus, I got some bad news for you too.
What's up?
We're gonna be talking a little bit of hockey here. The Tampa Bay Lighting are back-to-back Stanley Cup champions.
I mean, we don't know about no hockey. We black.
Yeah, we don't know about hockey yet.
Tell that to PK Subban. Again, I'll keep on repeating that. Tell that, Michael. Tell that to PK Subban. PK Subban doesn't use that as an excuse.
He a white boy, which is a big ass tan.
All right. But Mike, I'm sorry, Alex. You want to talk about what you saw from the Stanley Cup Finals and the Tampa Bay Lightning being back-to-back Stanley Cup champions?
Honestly, I didn't watch majority of that series because I didn't really care about that series.
I watched that. I watched Game 4 because that was I had a bet on that game. No spoilers there, but yeah, I obviously watched Game 4 or where the Canadians avoid being swept, but I mean, gotta give credit to Tampa Bay Lighting for winning back-to-back Stanley Cups. And you could say last year was in a bubble, and this season was a short season. I don't care. Winning back-to-back championships is definitely a accomplishment, especially in hockey. Hockey is I don't know about you guys. Aside from football, I think hockey is the hardest sport to repeat in.
Yeah.
Just because of how much parity there is in the NHL. Like basketball, you rarely ever see upsets. In hockey, you see upsets all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at the Canadians. I believe they were what? Let me see here. Yeah, look at the Canadians. I'm gonna look this up here. I'm a New Jersey Devils fan. We suck complete ass. Yet, if you look at the standings, we finished with, let's see here, 5 fewer wins. That's it. 5 fewer wins than the Montreal Canadiens. And look what happened. The Montreal Canadiens made it all the way to the Stanley Cup final. That just shows you how much parity there is in the NHL. So for the Lightning to go on this type of run, it's an impressive. It's definitely impressive, and you gotta give them a lot of credit. I mean, first back-to-back Stanley Cup champions is the Pittsburgh Penguins were in, what was that, I believe, 2016 and 2017?
I think so.
Yeah. So you gotta give credit that, I mean, and the Lightning, like, they were one of those teams that were known for being choke artists in the playoffs. I think you remember when they were memed when they got swept by the Carolina Hurricanes in the first round, and like what the 20, I think, was it 2019 or 2018? Wait, it was the 2018 because I remember we I'm a
St.
Dallas fan,
Louis
and
won.
we lost to them. So in 2019, I believe they got swept by the Carolina Hurricanes. So they were known as a team that they were being choke artists, or a team that that couldn't get over the hump. Now look at them. They've learned how to win, and they've learned, how to get over the hump. And now they're back-to-back Stanley Cup champions. So all the credit in the world to the Tampa Bay Lightning, and congratulations, your 2021 Stanley Cup champion, Tampa Bay Lightning. So it's time to move on to the segment of the show that is like a Shaquille O'Neal slam. Mike's
baby.
hot take. Michael Cunningham, take it away.
You know, guys, I was really, really thinking about this hot take. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna talk about Rachel Nichols.
Oh, talk about that story.
I'm gonna talk about that. And I'm a diehard fan of Rachel Nichols, but what she said about that black reporter, because she didn't get picked for the NBA Finals, was unacceptable. You're Rachel Nichols. You are good friends with LeBron James, who's all about black equality and black power. And you to say some jealous shit, oh, she never did basketball, I do it every year. You're gonna put part of the race game. That's bullshit. Black people, we came a long way since slavery. If you still think we're picking cotton and picking trees and doing your songs and making you fried chicken and eating watermelon, we came a long way since then. You know what I'm saying? And I know at Get Your Game On, we're supposed to be professional. We have a couple good jokes, ha ha ha. But I want to be this serious for a moment. As a black man, that was unacceptable. You are part of ESPN, a major corporation, a major billion dollar company. You are representing. You have a show called The Jump, which is a basketball show, and you have all your guests are predominantly black, African American men. You have from Chris Bosh, D Wade, LeBron, Dennis Rodman, who's out of his mind, confused, and Scottie Pippen, but that's a different story. But however, Rachel Nichols, you should be ashamed of yourself. Like, this is not even called for. You did the finals every year, and journalists, my sister, who is a black journalist for Access. Shout out Jennifer Cunningham. We love you on here. So if my sister wants to see more black journalists in the world, it's hard. And there's a website called Gossip, which is for sports reporters, gossip, anything. It's for a show black people are going to hire each other. But however, Rachel Nichols, I used to be a big fan of you. Like, I remember I was telling my dad, we support you. We love your energy. We love your show. Hell, and the only person that probably knows that better than me, my love for Rachel Nichols, is this man on my right, which is Alexander Rich. And my cousin that also knows. Two things about us. I know I Get Your Game On. We like to be funny. We like the silly. We like the jokes. But however, we do not stand for racism on this podcast.
Absolutely.
One thing we don't do here. Point is, we don't do racism. So Rachel Nichols, I'm very offended. You should be ashamed of yourself. You are a mother of 2 children.
Yeah.
And you want to have black people on your show? It's despicable and it's stupid. We're in fucking 2021.
Michael, can I give my 2 cents here on this quickly?
Go ahead.
Yeah, what was it? It was something that she said, like, off the air, right?
She said it on the air too. She's off the air, but she
and
also.
I mean, like and that's the thing, like like as like we're all looking to, myself included, like we're all looking to go into sports media, and in this career, one of the things that they teach you like very early on, like and my friends have taught me this too, you gotta be extremely careful of what you say. I mean, no matter how careful you think no matter how careful you think you are when you say stuff, you're not careful enough. You gotta be, whether it's on the air or off the air, like you gotta be careful what you say, especially in like these racially sensitive, uh, especially these racially sensitive times we're in. You gotta be extremely careful of what you say. And Rachel Nichols, like again, like you, Michael, I like, or at least I was a fan of her in the past. I mean, but that is just like those comments that she made. Like I can understand her being frustrated about not about losing her job. I can understand like her being frustrated, but you do not go there under any circumstances. You do not like
Hold up, Adam. Hold
go
up, A.
there.
Hold up.
And
I agree with
honestly, Maria Taylor, I would not be surprised if Maria Taylor refuses to speak to Rachel Nichols ever again. I would not be surprised.
you. First of all, in my opinion, since I was kind of putting my sense in, I was on the fucking road. Maria Taylor is the future, and a white man and a racist white man and racist white woman's worst nightmare is a successful black man and a successful black woman. Here's the thing: black people can't get ahead because some white people want to keep them at the end. But any day, we're going to keep going. My parents and Marcellus Murdock's parents are very, very, very black educated family. My sister just got her doctorate at Harvard University in 2019. I graduated with a double degree, with a double minor and a double major, with music production and culinary, with a double minor with photography and videography. My sister went to college for a journalism degree, and now she's a head editor. My mom, who went to Drew University and went to grad school in Columbia University in New York City, which is a prestige school, and she's a doctorate, and she's a doctorate, and she's a psychiatrist. And my dad, who I worship more than anybody, worked their way up from growing up in the 50s and 60s and 70s in South Carolina, in Greater South Carolina, in a racist time. And people gotta realize black people can succeed in life. It's just the way. And I know we're not supposed to go here. We're not going to talk about this, but the message still being heard. And my cousin Marcellus Murdock could agree with me. In our family is excellence. We believe in black excellence and black equality. Isn't that right, Mr. Murdock? I don't know if he can hear me or not, but he listening, and I'll take it. Point is, boys, if you can't, there's a saying that go by. You can't change the world unless you change yourself. So Rachel Nichols, you gotta change yourself before you change the world. So This is my end of my hot take. And I don't give a damn what my thing is today. I just like to talk about equality in the world. So thank you.
We're not even gonna vote on this one. We're just gonna approve it right then and there. Michael, excellent hot take. I mean, I completely agree. And again, Rachel Nichols, if you're listening to this podcast episode, all we're gonna say to you is do better. That's all we're gonna say.
That's all we're gonna say.
All right. So now we're gonna move on to guys want to talk a little bit of baseball?
Yeah, we good.
Guess what, guys?
Yankees
Yankees actually won some games. The Yankees actually won some games. Guess what else, guys?
What?
The Yankees remembered how to hit. In all seriousness here, like
Gleyber Torres needs to be released from the team. Yay!
Michael, you did not just say that in my presence.
I'm sorry, but he's been playing like shit. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing about Glaber. It's the thing about Glaber.
Overrated.
He hit 2 balls in what was it? What was it? Yeah, what was it on Wednesday's game? He hit 2 balls that if they didn't freaking de-juice the ball, those 2 would have been home runs. He would have been 3 for 4 with 2 home runs. Like last Wednesday, like if MLB like didn't do all this dead ball nonsense. I mean, I could go on and on about how MLB has done everything possible to ruin the sport of baseball for me, but that's neither here nor there. But the Yankees they are playing better baseball. They did lose to the Mariners like in the final game of the series. What was that, Thursday? So they didn't sweep them, but you know what? They got the victory against the Mets, and you know what? They did win 2 games. So
they did one on my birthday, so
and they won the series. So
and that's not the best.
It's
they won on my birthday.
Step in the right direction. But here's the thing: we got educate yourselves about the Yankees, though, and here's the thing: we gotta check ourselves on is that this is what average teams typically do. Average teams, especially in baseball, will tease you. They'll go on these type of runs, and they will tease you into thinking they're a good team, and then before you know it, they're back to they're losing ways again. And that's what average teams do. They're up and down. They'll 1 week they'll get hot, and then the next week they'll get cold. So. Because we said this about the Yankees before. Remember when they swept the Blue Jays? Remember that?
Yeah.
And then and then they took 2 out of 3 from the Athletics.
Mm-hmm.
And then before you know it, they end up getting swept by Boston, and they lose 2 out of 3 to the Angels, and then they lose 2 out of 3 to the Mets. So that's what average teams do. They go up, they go down. Now, we'll see. Maybe this time the Yankees really do turn around and they go on a hot streak. As the Yankees fan, I hope that happens. But as of right now, I still stand by everything I said. I still don't think this team is very good. I still think they're very flawed. I think there's just issues and I still think there's issues at the roster that need to be sorted out. Now, could they address some of those issues at the trade deadline? Potentially, but as of right now, the Yankees haven't shown me enough to convince you they're anything more than an average team. Now they got us. Now they've got an upcoming series against the Houston Astros. They honestly need to take at least 2 out of 3 from that series. Like the Red Sox. After getting swept by both those teams in a 4-game series against the Red Sox at home, you need to take at least 3 out of 4 in that series. Then you've got the Phillies, 2 games against the Phillies. I say you take 2 of those games. You need to take, in my opinion, you need to take 2 of those games, if for no reason, so I can rub it in Alex Reach's face. If for no other reason than that. So, the Yankees need this is what the Yankees need to do. They need to get hot. This can't be just a series where they win a couple series they can't do this like a flash out pan. They need to start playing consistently better baseball. They need to consistently win series. This series against the Astros, go take 3 out of 4. I mean 2 out of 3. The series at home against the Red Sox, go take 3 out of 4. 2 games against the Phillies, take both those games. Another series against the Red Sox, I mean, it's on the road, so I'll live with the split, but still, you can't lose that series. And then after that, you got the Rays on the road. Take 2 out of 3. Start playing consistently good baseball. That's what this team needs to do if they want to get back in this race. Which, again, I'm skeptical whether or not they're capable of doing. But hey, we'll see what happens. Crazier things have happened. It's baseball. Go ahead, Michael.
I wasn't doing anything. I was stretching.
What?
I was stretching, bitch.
Okay. This is a podcast. You're supposed to give your takes. I thought you were a big-time Yankees fan.
I am a big-time Yankees fan. I'm
They
proud
give
of
me your
it.
take on the team. They just won 2 out of 3 from Seattle. Did you agree with all my takes or not?
I agree with you, boy.
Okay. Alex, Marcellus, you've got anything to say?
I'm definitely interested seeing what they do against the Houston Astros this upcoming series. And it's going to be a tough one for the Yankees, but I see them maybe splitting the series at best. I'm not positive they will win the series, but
Here's the thing, they played excellent against Houston, and they were on the verge of sweeping them if not for that Jose Altuve home run. And what was that? I believe the 9th inning of that last game. So they were on the verge of sweeping the Astros last time. So they can take 2 out of 3 in this upcoming series. I don't think that's unreasonable for them to have. They could definitely win the series. So. I mean, that's all Marcellus, you wanted to go ahead? Or sorry, Alex, was I interrupting you?
No.
Okay, go ahead, Marcellus.
Okay, yeah. So, it's about time the Yankees start winning. It's good to see them hitting too. Hopefully, it beat the Astros. They'll split the series. Yeah, I think you guys need it.
And for baseball, I'm sorry I had to get that jab in there. Go ahead, Marcellus.
So, I mean, you know who the real New York team is. So, I don't really got to say much.
Oh, Marcellus, you didn't have to go there.
He went
Marcellus,
there.
Marcellus, I was at the game 4th of July, right? I was at the first game, and I was surrounded by Met fans cheering. I wanted to I was like, pain.
We are very loyal, for sure.
All right. So, but speaking of the Mets, Marcellus, I wanted to take some time to you to chat about the Mets. You guys are playing good. You're in first place in the National League East. You took 2 out of 3 from us, and you know what? You took 2 out of 3 for a very good Milwaukee Brewers team. So, what are your thoughts?
Very impressed with the team. We got off to a slow start, but it's good to see that things are turning around the corner. Only way to go is up, so let's just see what happens. Hopefully, we can keep it up.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm gonna give my thoughts on the Mets. Here's the thing. The Mets are, in my opinion, when I look at them, go ahead, Alex.
It's okay. You can finish your.
Okay. Let me talk about the Mets here. I think the Mets are a good team. I think they're a really good team. Do I think they're an elite team? Not necessarily. I don't think they're as good as in the National League. I don't think they're as good as the Dodgers, and I don't think they're as good as the Giants. And even though they took 2 out of 3, I don't think they're as good as the Brewers. But I still think they're a really good. I still think they're a really good team. Because they have at least on paper, they have a very solid lineup. I mean, Pete Alonso is definitely one of the better powers in the game. I mean, Jeff McNeil, even though he's underperforming, we all know what he's capable of. Michael Conforto, Francisco Lindor, even though he's not having his best season, he still has even though he's not having his best season, a lot of MLB players are underperforming, but we all know what he's capable of. So the Mets lineup, while talented, is is underperforming. You can say the same thing about the Yankees lineup, but that's neither here nor there. But here's the thing about the Mets, though. There's two things. One, I'm gonna knock a little bit, and two, I'm gonna actually praise them and give Mets fans hope. I think the Mets have benefited greatly from being in a very weak National League, and B, especially a very weak National League East, a very weak division. You guys know the Mets are the only team above 500 in the division. They are the only team above 500 division. The Braves, I mean, I have no idea what's happened to the Braves this season. I mean, if you guys saw my season predictions, I had the Braves winning the World Series, and they have just completely fallen off a cliff. You got the Nationals, you got the Phillies, and you obviously got the Marlins. So the Marlins have benefited from a very weak division and a weak National League too. Do you guys know? Let's play pop quiz here, my friends. Can anyone guess how many teams in the National League above 500? Alex, you have a guess?
One.
And I mean, one in the National League East. I'm talking about the National League as a whole.
Oh,
You
3.
can't cheat.
3.
More.
6.
Exactly. 6 out of 15 teams in the National League, only 6 teams are above 500. So the Mets have, in my opinion, benefited from a very weak National League and a very weak National League East. So that's why I said I think they're a very good team. I don't think they're a great team. I don't think they're as good as the Dodgers or the Padres or the Giants or the Brewers. I think they're one of the weaker. I think among the National League playoff teams, I think they'll be one of the weaker teams to get into playoffs. Here's what I will say about positive. I do think the Mets are one of those teams that even though even though they're not very good in the regular season, I could see this team getting hot in October due to one reason: their pitching staff. Jacob deGrom has been, oh my god. Marcellus, I'm going to give you the floor in a second. I can talk about deGrom but the guy has just been unbelievable. I mean, nothing really say more about deGrom. I mean, Mark Stroman has been excellent. I mean, you're gonna get Noah Syndergaard back. So with that type of rotation, I could see the Mets it's like if the lineup gets hot, I could see the Mets being one of those sleeper teams that makes a really deep run in the postseason. Marcellus, do you agree? You like what I had to say there?
Yeah, I agree.
Now, Marcellus, we did an episode earlier when I basically gushed about how good Jacob deGrom is, and I mean this guy. I mean, the guy has more RBIs and earned runs this season. That's insane. I mean, Marcellus, your floor is yours. Talk about Jacob deGrom for a minute or two.
Yeah, the guy's just unreal. I mean, I think we all see that. Definitely having a great season. Definitely come alive when we need him. So, I mean, it's fun to have him. You know, I can't complain with what I'm seeing.
I mean, obviously, the guy is just unreal, and it's great for baseball, and it's great for the Mets too, because Mets fans I know have had some ups and downs in recent years, but I'm glad to see for even though as a Yankees fan it hurts me to say this, I'm happy for Mets fans, and I am happy you guys finally get to see something. I'm glad how do I word this? I'm just happy for Mets fans because obviously there's been up and downs for Mets fans throughout the years, but they finally have something good going. They have something good going, and I think Mets fans I'm happy to know. I think you should definitely fully embrace and appreciate this. All right, before we get to our bets, I made a bet off the air. I made a bet with my good friend Alex Reich that I said earlier that we weren't gonna ever talk about the Phillies again for the rest of the season unless like I put it in the scripts. But Alex came to me with a bet, and he said that if the Phillies win this series against the Cubs, then we would talk about them. And you know what? The Phillies, they took 3 out of 4 from the Chicago Cubs. So you know what, Alex? I'm a man of my word. The floor is yours for the next 5 minutes. Talk about your Phillies.
Oh, Adam, do we have to?
I gotta pay off my bet here, Michael. I'm a man of my word.
Okay, so starting off, great. So I'm going to start off with their 2 games that they won. 3 of the 2, but on Monday, July 5th, the Phillies won 13-3. Matt Moore pitched full innings, gave up 5 hits, 2 1-runs, 4 Ks, and Connor Brogdon got the save. And on Tuesday, July 6th, the Phillies won 15-10. And let me just put this out there. Andrew McCutchen has been the man of our offense because he put a great bomb out in that game to start the game, which ended up being a grand slam to put the Phillies up 4-0. And he's been a really good asset to this team, and I hope he keeps on doing what he does. And before I end my segment about the Phillies, I just want to shout out Brad Miller of the Philadelphia Phillies tonight. Actually, last night, since it's already past midnight, but he hit 3 home runs in last night's game, which is beyond awesome to see after seeing this Phillies team go back and forth trying to get above 500. But it's just awesome to see how good of an offense this is, even though they played a crappy team. And I am anxious to see what they have in themselves after getting 3 or 4 wins, heading to Boston starting later tonight. And it's going to be a tough series later tonight, starting later tonight. But I think they have the talent offensively. The question is, can the bullpen hold Boston to their runs? And that's a question of a ton right there. But we are just going to keep our heads up and go one game at a time and see the result of what it is going to be. And I'm excited about this offense standing up finally, and it's going to be a great rest of the season to see what this offense does.
As far as my take on the Phillies, again, that's a really great that they took the from the Cubs. Good on you, Alex. But here's the thing: I think I have a similar take about the Phillies that I do about the Yankees, and I think the Phillies are a very average team. And what do average teams do? They'll tease you. They'll get hot, and then they'll get back cold again. So again, maybe the Phillies turn it around and maybe they make a run, but they got I need to see more from the Phillies. I need to see more. If they're gonna be a team that is gonna maybe make a run at like the division. They're gonna need to play consistent. They can't you can't just take 3 out of 4 for the Cubs and assume all the Phillies back. No, they need to start playing consistently good baseball. I'm not sure if this Phillies team is gonna do that, but again, we'll see what happens. Baseball is
And I
that's the
have
beauty.
one more
That's the beauty. That's the beauty of baseball. Go ahead.
I'm going to speak my honest mind about this upcoming series. I do think the Phillies will get swept in Boston.
You think they're going to get swept?
Yep.
So exactly, that's what I'm talking about. That's what average teams do. They'll play great one series, then they'll get swept the next. So, guess what, guys? It is time for our bets of the episode. To recap last episode, guess what, guys? I won again. Last episode, we had, what was it? 2 head-to-head bets. Yeah, well, 2 maybe. It was 2 head-to-heads and 1 2 versus 3. And let's go over the results. I went head-to-head with David with in Game 4 of the Stanley Cup final. Lightning versus Canadians. I had the Canadians. David had the Lightning. You know what? Canadians won Game 4. They avoided the sweep. So you know what? I took my W. I added 3.4 points, and David took an L. And I believe that's David's what? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's David's 5th straight loss. So David, after we got on an unbelievable hot streak, has hit a bit of a cold streak here. He's lost his last 5 bets. And I'll show you because, trust me, guys, that has a significant impact on the standings. But continue. Michael and Marcellus, you both gained up on Alex. You had the Mets over the Brewers. Alex had the Brewers over the Mets. Guess what happened? The Mets took down the Brewers. I forget which game it was, but it was the Monday game, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And the Mets took down the Brewers, and Marcellus and Michael, you both add 13.8 points, and Alex, right after snapping your 7-bet winning streak, you are back in the loss column.
Sorry, buddy.
As far as Chris's bet, I had Chris had the Suns over the Bucks on the spread in Game 1. Suns covered the spread fairly easily, so that's in there. Chris adds 8.77 points. So up there in the standings, we have our new ringleader. Michael, you are back in first place, 5-13 record, 139.69 points.
I was already in first place before.
I was in first place last week. You were in first place the week before that.
I'm still in first place. I'm gonna keep it going. I'm keeping this train rolling.
All right. I'm in second place. I am 3-15, 13.130.
You're 3-15.
I'm 3-15, 139.42 points.
You're 3 wins and 15 losses.
3 wins, 15 losses. Yeah.
What's that? And you're
I'm still in third place. In
Who's in
second place. Chris, our friend Chris here is in third place. 13-15 record, 123.53 points. I remember when I was talking about David's losing streak, guys, and the impact he has on the standings. He was a ringleader for a while. He has now fallen out of the top 3. He's now in 4th place, 17-11 record, 123.02 points. Marcellus, you are in 5th place, 16-12 record, 102.83 points. And Alex, my friend, you are ringing up the rear, 10-18 record, 59.7 points. All right, so you guys want me to go first?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna be honest here. For this bets, I don't like anything. There's just nothing that I like. Cause either I bet the NBA Finals, which I don't want to do, or I do a baseball bet, or I do something else. So I'm gonna stick to baseball here. And what am I gonna do? I think I got it. Yep, I think I got it. On Saturday, July 10th, is Yankees versus Astros. Garrett Cole versus Zach Greinke. Garrett Cole has been struggling as of late. But you know what? In his return to Houston, I think he's going to come to play. I think he's going to pitch big. I'm going to take the Yankees over the Astros on money line on Saturday. I think Garrett Cole will bounce back. I think this is going to be his bounce back game. Like after all the sticky stuff, Spider Tech controversy, I think he's going to put all that aside. He's going to prove all the. He's going to silence all the layers. I think he's going to come back to that because we've seen Garrett Cole before. Even in 2019, when he should have won the AL Cy Young, he went on like what was it, a couple of weeks stretch where he did not pitch well. And in 2020, where he was excellent, he had like a couple stretches where he didn't pitch well either. So I think like this is just like another. I think Garrett Cole's gonna snap out of his cold streak. I think he's gonna come to play against Zach Greinke and the Astros on Saturday, July 10th. And I've got the Yankees over the Astros on the money line. I don't know what I'm gonna do for Chris, so Alex, you want to go? Also, we do have Davis bet. David is picking the A's over the Rangers on the money line, and that I believe is this Friday. So, all right, Alex, my friend, do you want to go ahead?
Yes. I am going to pick the Angels money line against Seattle.
Angels money line against Seattle. You know what? I don't hate it, Alex. I do not hate it. All right, so let's see. What am I gonna? I'm gonna do something for What am I gonna do for Chris's bet? You know what? For Chris's bet, I'm gonna get risky. I'm gonna take the Royals over the Indians on the money line. How about that? Because Chris, our good friend Chris, is a Royals fan. He was at the walk-off Royals win the other day. You know, so good for Chris. Chris, if you're listening, we love you and we can't wait to have you back on the podcast soon. All right, Alex, you had Angels over Mariners, right?
Yep.
Angels over Mariners money line, and I've got the Yankees over the Astros money line. All right, Marcellus, my friend, you're up. Marcellus, are you there?
He passed out.
Michael, do you want to do Marcellus's bet?
I'll do his bet. Since he fell asleep. Or he's in the back.
Okay, so Michael, go ahead, do Marcellus's bet.
Since I'm gonna pick the Mets over the Pirates for him. Money line.
Okay. Mets over Pirates money line. I gotcha. All right, Michael, your last up.
I'm gonna do a Drew League. It's like a famous basketball league, but they don't have games yet. Okay. You know what, Adam?
Hmm?
You know what? I can't believe I'm going to pick them to win. My Yankee card may be revoked. Adam, this is strictly business. You know what I'm saying? This is
You're not gonna.
This
Don't tell me.
Over the Phillies. This is strictly business. Can't believe I'm going to say this. I'm picking the Red Sox over the Phillies.
Oh, okay. That's not as bad of a pick as I thought you were.
It's like I'm going with the Phillies over Red Sox money line. Alex, you want to enjoy this one, buddy? Phillies over the Red Sox money line.
All right.
Alex, I thought you'd be happy because I picked the Phillies.
Guess what? Michael, I was scared you were going to pick the Astros over the Yankees there for a second.
Mike, let me just say this to you. They are going to get tanked.
Never mind. I'm changing my bet. I'm changing it.
Make up your mind, Michael. Are you taking the Red Sox or the Phillies?
No, I'm not picking neither of those teams. That was the fuck up bet. I was like,
all right. So this next bet is going to be your official one.
Yep. Adam, you promise you won't get mad at me for picking this bet?
Unless if it's a bet I'm thinking of, then yeah.
Even though I love the Yankees, I gotta pick the Astros money line.
Michael, your Yankee card's been revoked. Bye-bye.
Adam, it's just business. It's just
Which
business.
one? The one on Friday?
No, I'm going with the Yankees over the Astros. Yankees money line this Friday. We're going
right. This one. I'm betting the one on Saturday. All right.
I'm betting one on Friday.
All right. So both of us have picking the Yankees. Marcellus is. Yeah, that's all for our bets this episode. And that's all for this episode.
We're tired.
I'm tired.
We did a show.
I've for those who don't know about that stuff for the Jackals, starting this Friday, which is the day you are listening to this podcast, Jackals are beginning their longest home stretch of the season. So I'm going to be covering 12 games in the next 14 days. So
can I go?
Guys, over the next 14 days, I am going to be a very, very busy man.
Very cranky man too.
Probably.
Sorry, guys.
You know what?
Adam just got his period.
But that's the thing. In this business, it's a grind. So that's
On that note,
so the biggest part of the grind of this season is coming up, and you know what? I'm looking forward to the challenge. So
Adam, they give me a birthday gift, so I'm gonna do the outro.
Happy birthday, Michael. We hope you had a very excellent birthday.
And I'm gonna do the outro today.
You ready to do the outro? Go ahead, Michael.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching our podcast. On the behalf of Adam Grassani, Marcellus Murdock, and Alex Rich, this is Michael Cunningham. Thank you for watching Get Your Game On every Fridays and Mondays. If you like what you heard, be it, support it, get lit, love your family, love your friends, honor your sports you play and you love. This is Get Your Game On. We love you. Stay humble. And we're out.
Stay lit, guys.